This is Daniel Mandelker, and this is our podcast, Jackie's Books, where we will talk about novels by Jackie Adams, an emerging author. We will also bring you book reviews and other commentary. This is Daniel Mandelker for Jackie's Books. Jackie's new novel, The Witch Story, is up and available on all sites. You thought that witches went out of style after colonial times? Think again and pick up Jackie's new novel for a good read. Here are some 4th of July books. Neil Gorsuch and Janie Nitze, Heroes of 1776. The story of the Declaration of Independence. From Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch and best-selling author Janie Nitze. Explore heroes of the American Revolution. Dive into the stories of ordinary people willing to do extraordinary things, from iconic figures like Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Ben Franklin, and Paul Revere, to lesser-known revolutionaries such as Caesar Rodney, Thomas Paine, and Mary Catherine Goddard. These great men and women risked all they had, their property, freedom, and ultimately their lives, to secure a better life for their children and grandchildren. Howard Fast, 7 Days in June. A couple of hundred American men and boys are ensconced behind a hastily built redoubt. They fight in the fashion they learned from the American Indians, facing 3,000 soldiers of the mightiest army on earth as the enemy begins his ascent up the steep hills that lead to the ragtag rebel army. This novel portrays both the American and British points of view of the battle for the control of Boston in June 1775, whose outcome would dramatically influence the strategies of George Washington and Sir William Howe for the rest of the war. Howard Fast, Citizen Paine. Citizen Paine. Among Howard Fast's historical fiction, Citizen Tom Paine, one of America's all-time bestsellers, occupies a special place, for it restored to a generation of readers the vision of Paine's revolutionary passion as the authentic roots of our national beginnings. Fast gives us a vivid picture of Paine's mode of writing, idiosyncrasies, and character: generous, nobly unselfish, moody, often dirty, frequently drunken, a revolutionist by avocation. Donna Thorland, The Turncoat. Major Lord Peter Tremaine is the last man rebel bluestocking Kate Gree should fall in love with. But Kate throws caution to the wind and responds to his seduction. A spy in her own household seizes the opportunity to steal the military dispatches Tremaine carries, ensuring his disgrace and implicating Kate in high treason. Kate determines to put duty ahead of desire and offers General Washington her services as an undercover agent. And so begins their dangerous dance. And happy spring reading. Part 1 by Jackie Adams. I know what you're thinking. How could I stay in a dysfunctional, abusive relationship for 12 years with a man who despises me? We now have an 11-year-old son together, Louis, but I have now left this man, and in time, Louis and I situate in a healthier, functional routine. We're happy, and Louis has been on good terms with his father. I feel so great that I dip my toes in the dating scene. Can I find a new life, or will there be chaos and drama? Well, Matt, here is a good question for you. What is the origin of the term podcast?
That's a good question, Daniel. So it's obviously caught on and basically become the term for anything that we're listening to a podcast, we're making a podcast. But basically, it's a portmanteau of iPod and broadcast. And the term goes all the way back to 2004. A journalist, author, futurist, Ben Hammersley is the one who created the term. So simple as that, a combination of iPod and broadcast. So have you got anything else for it, or are we going to wrap things up?
That's it for today, and happy 4th of July reading.